solve these three integrals. The standard formulas of integration which I use to solve the integration problems. Solve integration of secant x plus tan x dx. So integration of secant x plus tan x dx is integration of secant x into secant x is secant square x plus secant x into tan x dx. So that is equal to applying the property of integration. So it is integration of the first function plus the integration of the second function secant x into tan x dx. So that is equal to integration of secant square x. We have the standard formula. Integration of secant square x is tan x, secant x tan x is secant x. So therefore integration of secant square x is nothing but tan x plus secant x into tan x is secant x plus the constant of integration c. Integrate secant square x divided by cosecant square x dx. To integrate this, first we shall simplify that secant square x divided by cosecant square x. So this can be written as secant square x into 1 divided by cosecant x the whole square. But we know that what is cosecant x? Cosecant x is nothing but 1 divided by sin x. So using this equation cosecant x is equal to 1 divided by sin x, I'll write that cosecant x as 1 divided by sin x the whole square. So that is equal to secant square x into 1 divided by, so 1 by sin x the whole square. According to the rule of exponent, a by b to the power of m is nothing but a to the power of m divided by b to the power of m. So using this rule of exponent, I can write 1 by sin x as 1 square divided by sin square x. So that is equal to, so secant square x into 1, again by the rule, by the division of rational numbers, you have a by b divided by c by d is a by b into d by c. If the numerator doesn't have any denominator, I can consider it as 1 itself. So therefore it is that I can consider it as 1 by 1. So it is 1 by 1 into, so in the place of d you are having sin square x divided by 1 square. So that is equal to, you get secant square x into sin square x. Okay. So now simplifying further, sin square x, we know this. What rule? What is that? Sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So what is sin square x? Sin square x is nothing but 1 minus cos square x. So using this rule, sin square x is nothing but 1 minus cos square x. I'll write this sin square x as 1 minus cos square x. So multiply secant square x inside the bracket. So we get it as secant square x minus secant square x into cos square x. But what is cos x? So we have secant x is nothing but 1 divided by cos x. So secant square x minus, what is secant x? Secant x is equal to 1 divided by cos x. So I can write it as secant x is 1 by cos x. Since there is square, so it is square into cos square x. So that is equal to secant square x minus this one by the rule of exponent. It is 1 square divided by cos square x into cos square x. So therefore what happens? Cos square x cancels. We'll get secant square x minus 1. So therefore secant square x divided by cosecant square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. Integration of secant square x divided by cosecant square x dx is equal to integration of, we have simplified, secant square x divided by cosecant square x is secant square x minus 1. So it is nothing but secant square x minus 1 into dx. By the property of integration, I can write it as integration of the first function secant square x dx minus integration of second function is 1 into dx is dx. So therefore on integration, what is secant square x? Secant square x is nothing but it is tan x minus x plus c. Integration of dx is x. Solve 2 minus 3 sin x divided by cos square x dx. So 2 minus 3 sin x divided by cos square x, I can write it as 2 divided by cos square x minus 3 sin x divided by cos square x, because if you take the common denominator, cos square x will be the common denominator, numerator will be 2 minus 3 sin x. Same term can be written in this way, so it doesn't make any difference. So now I can write this cos square x as cos x into 1 by cos x. One and the same, cos square x I am writing as cos x into cos x. Just for your understanding purpose, I am writing. So sin x in the denominator, that cos x, I will write it as cos x. Sin by cos x, 1 by cos x. So you know that secant x is nothing but 1 by cos x. So therefore it is 2 into, so 1 by cos x is secant x. So secant x into secant x minus 3 sin by cos is tan x, 1 by cos is secant x. So it is secant x. So that is nothing but it is 2 secant square x minus 3 secant x into tan x. Now integration of 2 minus 3 sin x cos square x dx is nothing but integration of 2 secant square x minus 3 secant x into tan x dx. So now applying the property of integration, it is integration of the first function, that is 2 secant square x dx minus integration of the second function, that is 3 secant x into tan x dx. So that is equal to, so applying again the property of integration, 2 is constant, so taken outside. So it is integration of secant square x dx minus 3 is constant, so taken outside, it is secant x into tan x dx. Now you apply the standard formula of integration. We know that integration of secant square x is tan x and secant x tan x is secant x. So applying the formula, so it is tan x minus 3 secant x into tan x is secant x plus the constant of integration c.